Jerusalem mourns as Ahaziah, king of Judah, lies lifeless in the city square. His reign abruptly ended. Fear grips the city as fearful whispers echo through the streets, each glance betraying the growing unease. From the palace balcony, Athaliah surveys the unfolding chaos, her expressionless face a chilling mask. Her gaze sweeps across the scene, betraying no emotion as she studies the vulnerable city. The weight of the kingdom hangs heavy in the air as the city holds its breath, awaiting her next move. In the heart of Jerusalem, a new chapter of fear and uncertainty begins, guided by a queen's cold ambition. In the palace's grand hall, Athaliah stands resolute, torchlight dancing across her face. Advisors surround her, a blend of awe and fear etched on their faces. The air hangs heavy with unspoken dread as Athaliah declares, "There will be no more kings but me." Her command slices through the hall. Eliminate all remaining members of the royal family. The advisors respond with fearful anticipation, knowing this command will change everything. Flickering candlelight casts eerie shadows across the ornate royal nursery, a harbinger of the horror unfolding within. Jehosheba bursts into the nursery, her regal composure shattered by the carnage she beholds. Amidst the chaos, Jehosheba clutches her infant nephew, Joash, her heart pounding with a fierce resolve to protect him. With a silent command, Jehosheba and the loyal nurse vanish into the darkness of the storage room, seeking refuge from the bloodshed. Jehosheba leads young Joash into the temple, her movements cloaked in shadow. Within the sacred walls, she hides him, safeguarding the young heir. The heavy stone doors grind shut, sealing them in a sanctuary of secrets. Shafts of sunlight pierce through the high windows, illuminating the dust dancing in the air. Jehoiada's voice echoes in the temple, "I vow to protect the young heir at all costs." Years drift by, and within the temple's embrace, Joash thrives, absorbing ancient wisdom. Jehoiada stands resolute, meticulously plotting the rebellion, a storm of change brewing. Loyal Levites gather, their faces etched with determination. Military leaders convene, their resolve hardening with each whispered strategy. Flickering torchlight sets the ancient temple walls ablaze with dancing shadows, casting an eerie glow upon the scene. Jehoiada, the high priest, steps forward with young Joash, their figures illuminated by the unsteady light. Jehoiada raises his hand, revealing Joash to the assembled leaders, a pivotal moment of revelation. The leaders' eyes widen with surprise, their expressions softening as understanding dawns upon them. Hope flickers across their faces as they recognize Joash, the rightful king. In a unified display of allegiance, they kneel, pledging their loyalty to Joash. In Jerusalem, Athaliah stands, her commanding presence casting a shadow over the city. Unaware of the looming threat, she rules with unwavering resolve. Presiding over a public ceremony, Athaliah's face radiates with her perceived power. She basks in the illusion of security, blind to the dangers lurking in the shadows. Jehoiada, a figure of unwavering resolve, stands as the temple's solemn guardian. Young Joash kneels, his head bowed in reverence as sacred oil sanctifies his destiny. With a gesture of profound significance, Jehoiada presents Joash, the newly anointed king, to the temple's eager masses. A wave of cheers erupts, shaking the very foundations of the temple. The people celebrate their new king, their voices a symphony of hope and jubilation. A symphony of jubilant sounds floods the air, resonating powerfully across the palace grounds. The distant sounds of celebration grow, igniting a spark of unease within Athaliah. Alarm flares in Athaliah's eyes, a tempest of dread brewing within her as the sounds intensify. Driven by rising panic, Athaliah whirls around, her regal composure shattered by the encroaching sounds. Her resolve hardens, transforming alarm into a determined march toward the temple. Athaliah races towards the temple, propelled by a desperate urgency to confront the source of the commotion. Athaliah arrives at the temple, her eyes widening in disbelief at the sight before her. She sees Joash being crowned, a moment that ignites a storm of fury within her. Her face contorts, rage consuming her as she witnesses the coronation. Athaliah's voice pierces the air with a cry of betrayal. "Treason! Treason!" Her scream echoes through the temple, a desperate attempt to halt the ceremony. The declaration of treason hangs in the air as Athaliah's fury reaches its peak. In the temple, Jehoiada's commanding presence fills the sacred space as he raises his hand. His voice resonates with authority, echoing through the hallowed halls. To prevent bloodshed, Jehoiada orders the arrest of Athaliah. Temple guards, shining in their armor, advance to seize Athaliah. The guards seize Athaliah, their grip firm. Athaliah is led away, her protest lost in the temple's vastness. Athaliah arrives at the palace entrance, her expression a mixture of disdain and suppressed fear. The crowd falls silent, their collective breath held as they anticipate the impending moment. The executioner raises the axe, its gleaming blade a stark symbol of finality. Athaliah's eyes reflect a flicker of understanding as her reign of terror draws to a close. The axe falls, and the era of darkness ends. The crowd watches in stunned silence, the air thick with the weight of history. Jerusalem awakens, pulsing with the vibrant energy of newfound freedom. The city erupts in jubilant celebration as Athaliah's shadow fades into memory. Joy radiates from every face, igniting a citywide dance of liberation. Music swells, intertwining with the rhythmic beat of dancing feet, filling the air with elation. A wave of hope washes over Jerusalem, cleansing the streets and hearts of its people. In every corner, Jerusalem rejoices, reborn in a symphony of hope and unity. In the temple's radiant heart, Joash, draped in royal attire, prepares to make a vow. His voice fills the sacred space, a promise to guide his people with unwavering justice. Beside him, Jehoiada stands as a pillar of wisdom, offering silent support in the temple's glow. Sunlight streams through stained glass, bathing the scene in a divine light. The temple resonates with echoes of Joash's commitment, a vow of service to God. In Jerusalem, the idols of Baal lie shattered, symbols of a fallen era. The land rejoices as the worship of God is restored, a new dawn breaking over Jerusalem. The destruction marks the end of Athaliah's reign and the resurgence of faith. Jerusalem transforms, embracing its spiritual heritage, cleansed of idolatry. Sunlight fills the temple, illuminating the scene as Joash stands before the people of Judah. His voice resonates with unwavering resolve as he guides them toward a renewed covenant with God. A murmur of assent ripples through the crowd, their faces radiant with newfound hope. The air crackles with renewed faith as determination solidifies among the people. With this act, the Davidic dynasty is reborn, securing Judah's future under a revitalized covenant.